A message of peace is making its way through Madison as international runners with the Sri Chinmoy Peace Run stop to share their mission with local students. The Peace Run is a 10,000-mile torch relay traveling through all 50 states in honor of America's 250th. Today, the team stopped at Hickory Hills Academy, where students had the chance to cheer on the runners, carry the torch, and share what peace means to them. The Academy's founders were presented with the Torch Bearer Award, recognizing their commitment to building a united community.
We focused on peace with the children and everything else, and so this has been a great event to keep making sure that that peace movement continues across this world.
More than 7 million people have taken part in the International Torch Relay since it began in 1987. After today's stop, the torch continues its journey across the U.S.